You can spend thousands upgrading your home before you sell it and still leave money on the table. Not because you didn't do enough, but because you focused on the wrong things. The truth is, buyers notice the small stuff way more than you think. And it's those little details that quietly make or break your offers. Because today, it's not about walking into a home and thinking, what can I upgrade later? It's walking in and wondering, what's wrong with this place? And once that question shows up, even a little bit, it changes how they see everything. Price feels higher, risk feels bigger. And suddenly your home has to work a lot harder to earn the same offer. In this video, I'll show you how to handle the baseline upgrades buyers expect so your home doesn't get dismissed right away. The small overlooked details that quietly kill offers and how to fix them fast. And the simple, smart upgrades that make your home feel modern, move-in ready, and worth paying more for. But before we get into all of that, you need to understand one big shift that's happened with buyers. Buyers today are a lot less forgiving than they used to be. A few years ago, people would walk into a home and think, okay, I can fix this later. Now, that's not how they're thinking. Now they're walking in asking, what am I gonna have to deal with if I buy this? And that shift changes everything. Because this isn't really about adding value anymore. It's about removing doubt. And every little detail in your home is either building confidence or it's creating hesitation. Before we get into the smart upgrades, we need to get something straight. This doesn't win you the deal. But if you skip it, you're not even in the game. So let's break this down into a few simple areas that you can tackle right away, starting with the ones that buyers notice first. Paint, clean, and declutter. I can't tell you how many times I walked into a home where the seller thought, it's fine. Buyers can look past this. But buyers don't look past things. They stack them. And it starts here. Neutral paint isn't about style. It's about removing friction. The more personal the color, the harder it is for somebody to picture themselves living there. Cleaning is the same way. Not lived in clean. I'm talking fresh, light, no second guesses. And clutter, that's the fastest way to make a home feel smaller than it actually is. But here's the one most people miss: smell. You can have a clean house that still feels off. Musty smell, buyers start thinking moisture, mold, and problems. Strong scents, now they're wondering what you're trying to cover up. They won't say it out loud, but they feel it. And when they feel it, they move faster through the house. And when they move faster, they care less. The goal here isn't to impress anyone. It's to remove every easy reason someone might say no. Curb appeal. Your first impression starts outside. Most sellers think the showing starts at the front door. It doesn't. It starts the second they pull up. If the landscaping looks tired, the driveway is dirty, or the exterior feels neglected, you've already introduced doubt before they even set foot inside. This is where simple wins matter. Pressure cleaning, fresh mulch, cleaning up edges, trimming things back. And your front door, it's not just a door. It's the moment they enter the experience. Even something as simple as updating or repainting it can shift how the entire home feels. And if your garage door takes up a big part of the front, that's part of the first impression too. Clean it, fix it, make it quiet. Because if the outside feels off, the inside has to work twice as hard to recover. Here's the everything works rule. This is the part almost everyone overlooks. Little things. A loose handle, a door that sticks, a drawer that doesn't slide right, a faucet that drips. None of these break a deal on their own, but together they start telling a story. And it's not a good one. Because every time something doesn't work the way it should, the buyer isn't thinking about that one thing. They're thinking what else hasn't been taken care of. And this is where simple fixes they go a long way. Fresh caulk, tighten hardware. Make sure everything opens, closes, and feels smooth. It's not about perfection. It's about building trust. Every room needs a clear purpose. Here's another one that quietly hurts you. When a buyer walks into a room and has to ask, what is this space? You've already lost the momentum. I see this all the time. It's a home office, but also a gym and also storage. What happens? It feels smaller. It feels cluttered. It feels unclear. Now compare that to walking into a clean, simple office. Same square footage, but it feels intentional. It feels usable. It feels bigger. Buyers need help visualizing their life in this space. And the clearer you make that for them, the easier it is for them to say yes. Now here's the part most sellers miss. And honestly, this is where the real separation happens. Because once your home meets the baseline, buyers stop looking for problems and they start looking for how it feels. This is where things start to shift. Because once your home feels clean, clear, and taken care of, buyers stop looking for problems and they start paying attention to how the home makes them feel. Lighting is actually an emotional upgrade. Most people treat lighting like it's just functional. Lights turn on, lights turn off, you're done, right? But lighting is one of the fastest ways to make a home feel either warm and inviting or cheap and disconnected. You can have a clean, well-prepped home, but if the lighting is off, the whole place feels off. This shows up in a few ways. Mismatched bulbs, some warm, some cool, harsh lighting in one room, dim lighting in another, old builder-grade fixtures that instantly date the space. The fix here is simple but powerful. Match your color temperature throughout the home. Upgrade key fixtures, entryway, dining room, kitchen. Make the lighting feel consistent because when the lighting feels right, everything else looks better. We have the touch points rule. Here's something buyers do without even thinking about it. They touch everything. Cabinet pulls, door handles, faucets. And when those things feel loose, outdated, or worn, it's going to create friction. Not because of the handle itself, but because of what it represents. It's psychological. It makes the home feel like it hasn't been maintained. This is one of those small upgrades that has an outsized impact. Swap outdated hardware, tighten anything that moves, make everything feel solid and intentional. Because when things feel right in your hands, the home overall feels right. When we're talking about closets and storage perception, buyers are they're gonna open your closets. And what they see isn't just storage, it's a signal. They're asking themselves, will my life fit here? If closets are packed, mismatched, and overflowing, it creates stress, even if the home has plenty of space. This is where simple changes go a long way. Edit down what's inside. Create a clean, open space. Use matching hangers. If it makes sense, add a simple organization system. Because when a closet feels clean and functional, it tells the buyer this home works. Your garage door is the hidden ROI play here. This is one almost nobody thinks about. But if your garage door takes up a big part of the front part of your home, it matters a lot. And the good news is you don't need to replace it to make an impact. But you do need to clean it. You need to paint it, and you need to fix those dents. Make sure it opens quietly and smoothly, because if that door is loud, worn, or looks neglected, it pulls down the entire first impression. And when you fix it, it quietly lifts everything else. Now, before you start thinking you need to go full smart home and automate everything, there's a right way to do this and a wrong way. Because the goal isn't to impress buyers with tech. It's to make the home feel simple, modern, and easy to understand. So this is where a lot of sellers can go wrong. They start adding tech everywhere, thinking more equals better. But when it comes to smart home features, more doesn't add value. Clarity does. If a buyer can't understand what something does within about 5 seconds, I can promise you it doesn't add value. It actually creates hesitation. Because now they're not thinking this is convenient. They're thinking, am I gonna have to learn all of this? So when it comes to smart upgrades, keep it simple. You have a smart lock, a video doorbell, a smart thermostat, garage access, things that are obvious, things that feel useful immediately, because simple equals valuable. Complicated equals ignored. A smart thermostat is always just an easy one. This is one almost everyone understands right away. It's comfort, it's efficiency, it's control. You don't have to explain it. Buyers see it and immediately they get it. And that's exactly what you want. It's one of those upgrades that quietly checks a lot of the boxes without creating any friction. There's a line where tech starts to feel creepy and you don't want to cross it. Too much automation, cameras inside the home, devices everywhere, it starts to feel a lot less like convenience and a lot more like surveillance. And when buyers feel that, they get really uncomfortable. The goal is to make the home feel easy and modern, not monitored. So keep it light, keep it simple, keep it focused on convenience. If they don't see it, it doesn't exist to them. And this is a big one. You might have made upgrades that matter, new insulation, behind the scenes improvements, things that actually make the home better. But if the buyer doesn't understand it, they won't value it. They can't pay for what they don't see. So if you've made upgrades like that, you need to make them visible. Call them out, highlight them, make sure they're part of the story of the home, because otherwise they're going to get overlooked. And once you start looking at your home through that lens, you'll start seeing the exact things buyers are going to question before they ever say a word. And once you see that, the next question becomes, okay, what's actually worth fixing and what's just a waste of money? Because not every upgrade pays off. In fact, some of the most expensive ones barely move the needle, while a few simple changes can make a huge difference in how your buyers see your home. So in this video right here, I break down exactly what actually adds value when selling in Weston and what doesn't, so you can put your time and money in the right places. Click here and I'll walk you through it.